Hello, Bumpy McSquigums here, and I'm continuing with my weekly run series. This is week 9, and I'm going to be covering FTL, Faster Than Light. Now, I know I played quite a bit of FTL already. However, this will be my first attempt on the new computer. As you can see, I cannot continue my old game. Unfortunately, that was lost to my old computer. So, it is unfortunate, it is a sad reality, but it is a reality that we have to accept and move beyond. So, I've already done this quite a few times. You guys are familiar with this if you've been around for any length of time, so we're going to jump right in. I do have a mission, or a goal if you will. I've done a little bit of reading, not a tremendously huge amount, but a little bit of reading to see kind of how you unlock additional ships, and to do so you must pilot the Taurus, the Engi Ship, and find the Engi Homeworld, and then get a randomly generated thing happen there. So, we're going to attempt that. That is going to be our goal. If we can manage it, fantastic. If not, well, we suck. Alright, Splooch is going to be the pilot, as always. We're going to have Maxwell renamed to Mutanot, as always. And he will be our gunner, and that leaves Fairy, ironically, is going to be renamed as my loving and adoring wife, Chimera. Hopefully this time she doesn't get sucked out into space. So we're going to go on normal difficulty, and we're going to start it up. Alright, now I've played this quite a few times, and I don't feel that I necessarily need to explain the game to everyone, but I will kind of go through it a little bit for those of you who are just checking it out for the weekly runs. Alright, so basically you get to move. That's what you do. You go and you move, and then you have like an engagement or something happens, right? So, holy crap, a weapon is just floating in space. You get 9 scrap, and you get a hull beam weapon, which is fantastic. That's not usually something that you get right away. Alright, so you get to keep moving between random events, and there's combat and all sorts of different things. In each jump, you want to try to get closer. You want to try to get as much as you can out of each system that you're in, but moving ahead of the enemy fleet that's coming to murder your soul, which will be behind. This guy is really outfitted a lot for combat. So we're going to launch our anti-ship drone, and we are going to turn auto fire on, which is something I always forget at the beginning, and we're going to shoot on his weapons. Alright, so essentially what happens is our drone will randomly shoot. Oh, we did forget one very important thing. We have to get our people where they're supposed to be. So we're going to attempt that. We did take out one of the lasers, and they're going to fire on us, and we're going to get hit once. Oh, the shield came up just in time, which is excellent. And, well, it's pretty much over for this guy at this point. Our little floating, what do they call it? Drones? My little floating drone is going to sit there and murder him. So the combat's pretty easy. You have to make choices, and you can pause at any time and redo things. It gets a little more hectic as the game goes on, but in the beginning levels, it's relatively simplistic. Alright, so we gained 1 missile, 1 drone part, and 14 scrap. So scrap is like money. You can do ship upgrades with scrap, and you can also go to stores with scrap and buy things. Now there's a store there, but we don't have enough scrap to really make much use out of it. Now this next jump that I do, after I do whatever's at the next jump, you'll see the rebel fleet will start showing up on the map. And essentially your goal is to get to the exit before the fleet catches you. Then you go to the next sector and rinse, repeat, and do it over and over and over again. And that's essentially how the game works. You want to get as many jumps as you can, but sure, we'll take up some mercenary work, and we'll agree to rescue the store. Alright. There's a quest right there. We will go to it. And it looks like this will be under attack. We're going to engage the rebel, and we're going to attack him. He looks like he's only got 1 weapon, so we shouldn't be in a ridiculously bad spot. However, he does have a defense drone, so what we're going to want to do is take his drone out, maybe? I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so I took out a shield to start with. And he should not be able to get through our shields. He'll take him down, but he'll never actually do any damage to us, which will be pretty nice. So really, this is basically all we have to do. Just sit here and fire on his shields over and over again. And eventually our drone will take him out. And there's nothing he can do about it. His little floating defense drone really isn't accomplishing much of anything, unfortunately for him. And one more shot and he is down, and there it is. Sweet, sweet victory for us. We got 16 scrap, plus a store. So here we are. We can get a rock guy if we had a little bit more money, or a humanoid, or we can get some fuel. Well, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get the human, and I'm going to get some fuel, and that's going to be that. So we'll throw the human back here. Now, a couple of things that you want to get. Generally, you want to have 1 or 2 mantises, or mantisae, or whatever the plural for mantis is, because they are really, really good at combat, and later in the game you will have many things boarding you. The Engis are actually pretty terrible, the humans are okay, the Zoltan are not very good, and the Rock, I think is the last people. The Rocks are pretty decent because they have a lot of hit points. So there's quite a few good things and quite a few not so good things. Alright, now at this point what I think I'm going to do, this is where the fleet will jump to. I'm going to go here and then just trigger my way back that way. In theory I'll be able to make it. If not, well, then I just fail. It was a trap. It's a trap. Alright, so he has a rocket. This launches missiles or rockets or whatever you want to call it, plus a burst laser. So this guy will be our first somewhat challenging opponent. So let us see what we can make happen. Alright, so we've disabled his shields briefly here. Now the missiles bypass shields, so if they hit you, if you don't dodge, they're going to hit you. There's nothing you're really going to be able to do about it. So they want to surrender, and they'll give us 8 missiles, 2 drone parts, and 9 scrap, but we don't want to accept their surrender, so we're not going to do it. Fortunately, we're going to need 1 more missile, and we're going to have to go fix that. But he is going down right now. And that's okay. 2 hull integrity. We got 2 fuel, 1 drone part, 11 scrap. It is the better trade. You cannot sell missiles. You can do some trades if you get a randomly generated thing, but for the most part you can't get extra scrap out of it. So we got more scrap and we got fuel. And fuel is always important. Alright, so we're going to take our jump to the next little area and see what lays here. Looks like a automated ship. Now there are no, looks like there are absolutely no shields on this one, so we can just focus immediately on his weapons. And if we're lucky, we can take it out of commission before he fires his laser, and there we are. We were indeed lucky. And that's pretty much it. So that's just a slow wait on his on our drone to kill him off. He's an automated drone, so he cannot, or an automated scout, he cannot heal himself or anything else like that. So that's 2 fuel, 2 missiles, and 12 scrap. If I jump there, can I go there and then there? We're going to try it. If not, I should be able to make the jump to the exit. Oh, this is a terrible thing. Alright, so you see that big sun in the background? That will shoot solar flares at you, which is terrible because solar flares hurt you. They make fires appear in your ship. I'm not sure if they do any hull damage, but needless to say, they're not good. This is another one of those, if we're lucky, we'll take no damage, but we're probably going to end up taking a little bit of damage. And the missile should fire. Oh, we got lucky. And very lucky, in fact. The only downside now is we are going to unfortunately have to wait for our FTL drive to charge before we can actually make the jump. And there will be a solar flare before that, more than likely. And unfortunately, nope, we made it. We made it in time. We're going to go to the distress beacon now. Alright. You find the source of the distress call, a small research station. Alright, so we can dock and try to rescue the survivors. Every single time I've ever done this, I've taken damage. We can send our crew in a shuttle to help put out the fire. I imagine I'll lose a crew member. We're going to try that. We're just going to give it a shot. Your crew valiantly keeps the fires at bay long enough to allow some of the scientists to escape, but it appears to be a losing battle. Before long, you order the retreat. The few scientists that were able to save are distraught but grateful. You'll drop them off. Hey! Well, look at that. That was fantastic. I did not get murdered, and I am just in time to make the exit. And we could trade 8 fuel for 2 drone parts? No, I don't think so. And we are simply going to jump to the next sector. So, first sector, victory. Alright, so what we need to do is find the Engi Homeworld. Now, it's not guaranteed that it's in this game, but it could be any of these green blips. So we know this is a civilian control sector, so it's not this one. This gives us 2 options that it could be. So our most options are going to be going along the top lane. So we're going to go to the Zoltan controlled sector right now and hope that we find the Engi dealie. Now normally I like to get about 100 scrap, and we did actually get 100 scrap out of the first level. But unfortunately, we also ran into the store, and though that's a good thing, it also means that we didn't get to upgrade our shields or anything of that nature. So we're a little behind where I normally am when I do this, but we got other things to make up for it. So we're going to attack the shield first, and hopefully this times out nicely, and we don't end up getting hurt. Yeah, see, so we're already set at this point. Now it's simply take the shields down, keep them down, and have our guys slowly shoot away and murder the enemy. And if his beam turret hits us again, not a big deal, because, well, it's not going to do anything. We can get 2 missiles, 1 drone part, 11 scrap. We will not accept surrender. That is not an okay trade. We are sorry, but you are going down like a sweet muffin. And down he goes! Boom! Just like that, he is out of there. Alright, so we got 1 missile, 1 drone part, and 21 scrap. So we got more scrap than we would have normally gotten. And that is quite alright. Now, what I think I'm going to do... We'll wait. We'll see what else we unlock and we uncover as we go. I think I am going to get the... You come to a Zoltan Trade and Supply Hub. Everything the weary traveler needs, provided they have the right documentation. Nope. Okay, you pose as traders and succeed in bypassing airlock security. However, it is only a matter of time before they realize your ID cards are counterfeit. You head to the ship supply store. It is well equipped, a self-service affair. Oh, okay. So apparently we got an extra store out of this. That's kind of interesting. A reverse ion field. Okay, and an FTL recharge booster. A system repair drone, a defense drone, and an anti-ship beam drone. That does sound delicious. But that's going to require more drone usage than we are already using. Instead, we're going to fix all and just go with fuel and what we have. And yeah, no, that's good. We're going to jump to the next area. Now, this is going to be the smartest of the jumps. A Zoltan ship makes contact, but apparently they want to kill us. So, we say good day, sir, and we go after them. That's what we do. So, they have a super shield, so basically this little bonus shield that we have to take down before we really get to their system. Now, we're going to take a little bit of damage here, hopefully. Oh, just in time, our shield came back up. And now we're in a pretty good position. Their shield is down. Their engines are down, so they can't dodge anymore, and their weapons are down. So this is an easy win for us. And one more shot from our drone, and boom goes the dynamite. Victory is ours! 1 fuel, 1 missile, 25 scrap. Alright, so now we have a few options, and what I'm going to do is double power bar. That's what we're going to do. We'll leave it at that for now. And we're going to jump. And I'm going to risk jumping down here. I say risk because this might not continue on far enough for us to actually accomplish anything. What? Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna go north. In theory, that's the plan anyway. Uh-oh. We must prepare for a fight. That doesn't look overly challenging. So we're gonna go in here with our people. Put our med bay on, and we are going to battle them. It looks like we are winning this quite well. And will he survive? He indeed will survive. Fortunately, we are still fighting kind of a losing battle, to be 100% honest here. But that's no longer a losing battle. So really we didn't get anything out of this, which is always unfortunate. But we did survive, nobody died on our side, and we didn't take any hull damage. So though it's not good, it's not terrible, and we got some experience for fighting with our people. So it could have gone a lot worse, could have gone a lot better. It went okay. We can say with a large amount of certainty it went okay, didn't cost us any drone parts, we didn't lose anything other than just one of the jump and one fuel. Alright, so we're gonna hop up here, or we can go to the distress. Generally the distress gives you, we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna go here first though. Alright, finally we get to battle somebody. Yay! Alright, so he's got an enemy defense drone. He has same looking type dealie that we do. Well, we'll see how this plays out. Yeah, we already took out one of his weapons. Shields are down. Hit to our shields, but they're really not recovering much from this. And down his shields go again. And we'll take his weapons out once again. And he should be down right now. And victory is ours! We defeated another Engi scout. We get 2 fuel, 1 drone part, 18 scrap. It's okay. Alright, we're gonna go to our ship, and we are going to upgrade our shield. So at this point we now have 2 additional shields. We're going to power down our med bay. And we're going to jump to... I have a few options here before me. I can jump to the store, but we have no scrap. Or I can jump here and see if we can go down and then back up. That's what we're going to try. If not, we can just go up and around and do that wonderful fun stuff. It looks like there's an auto scout available to try and murder us. We're going to say good day, sir. They're going to die. It's going to be great. And he can't dodge. And we're going to take a little bit of damage here, probably. No, no damage. Alright, so victory is going to be ours, relatively easy. And there it is. So yeah, right now the game is going pretty good for me. I gotta say I'm not hating how things are playing out. I am going to increase 1 more point in my weapon. And if I get 1 more, and I get a little bit more power, I can start using my hull beam. So, we're going to hope for that. Now, I can indeed get down here. This might be a mistake, we'll see. The colony, take him home to his family on a nearby planet in the system. Invite him to join our crew. He happily offers his service, getting off that rock. Alright, so we have our mantis that I was looking for. There we go. So we now have a decent combat unit. Always good. And I've had some risky situations pop up with rescuing someone on a planet there. So I was a little concerned. Alright, so it looks like we have another hostile battle underway. And we are going to get right into it. So we're going to try to take out his shields as rapidly as possible. We're probably going to get hit here. Maybe not. And it looks like we are going to be just fine. His weapons are down, now his shields are going to be down, and it's just the cleanup hitting of our wonderful anti-ship drone. He's just going to murder everything, and we're going to be victorious, and we're going to be well rewarded with fuel, drone parts, and scrap. And that's pretty much all she wrote. And we are going to jump our way to victory. We did get quite a bit out of this system, and I'm very happy with that. Alright. And I can go there even, and get even more out of it. Now here's the risk. We are in a nebula. Thankfully it did not drain our powers, it's only stopping our cameras from working. And I am okay with that. I am quite okay with that. They do not look like they're going to be boarding us. So we are going to take them out as quickly as possible. Oh, they resisted something. That's interesting. Alright, well, we've stopped them from being able to dodge. And we have their shields taken down. And we have their weapons on lockdown as well. And boom. And he's just going to pretty much pick them off while we hold their shields down. And one more shot, and he should be down now. So the one that we fire is actually, it disrupts things that it hits, subsystems that it hits, and it goes through shields. It does no actual hull damage. So that's something to keep in mind. We are going to have to increase that next turn. Alright, we're going to jump to the exit. And we are going to be into the next system and probably call it close to episode 1, actually, here, of week 9 of the weekly runs. Automated ship to get the storage cache. I like that. We are going to take him down because we can do these things because we're amazing. Oh no. I made a terrible mistake. And this missile hit. Yeah, it does. It's okay though. We have him down and we're okay. And we are going to utilize this. Get our mantis out of the room. Heal up our people, and victory is ours! 20 scrap, we get to investigate the station. We got 12 more scrap and a small bomb, which we will be selling more than likely. And we're going to get the additional thing there, and an additional power, and now, being creative, we should be able to power our hull beam now. So if we can burn through some shields, we should be able to do some physical damage on our own, which I rather like. Alright, that being said, we're going to move him over there. And everybody is back in their position, and we are ready to leave this sector. Oh, and the Engi Homeworld has been found. So it looks like there is a very, very real possibility that maybe I can unlock the next ship. I don't remember what exactly I need to look for, which is kind of unfortunate, but give me 1 second. I'm not going to look it up. However, I am going to make sure that we have a little bit of time. Maybe I can do a couple more jumps before we call a close to this episode. There's a distress beacon. I'm going to be going toward all distress beacons, because I think that has something to do with it. Alright, a ship without life forms within a nearby dense asteroid field is giving off a distress call. Should we? Yes, we should. You find a pirate ship damaged and abandoned. You get 1 missile, 1 drone part, and 33 scrap. Alright, so this point, I guess we're going to go down this way. We are running low on fuel, so we do need eventually to... Oh no, Mantis. They cannot board us, so that is beneficial to us in many, many ways. We're going to go without oxygen because we're just that amazing. We can do those things. And we are going to attempt to take that out. Man, we took one. We're going to eat a missile, though, it looks like. Oh, no, we're not. Alright. And boom. And that's going to be all she wrote. So the hull beam is really, really nice. That's 3 fuel, which is great because we needed it. 1 missile and 26 scrap, which we also need quite a bit of. We're going to go into ship and we give ourselves 1 more power because we did that fight without oxygen. Now, you don't always need your med bay on, but toggling oxygen for combat, if you guys ever saw one of my first, well, actually, the first few of my runs of FTL, I did a lot of not breathing throughout those runs. But I find it's a lot easier when you can breathe the entire game, so we'll see. We will see what transpires. Alright, we're going to head here. And we are going to see a Federation bomber. We can accept their bribe and get 1 missile, 1 drone part, 19 scrap. Or we can try to be a hero and attack. I think I want to be a hero. In fact, I know that I want to be a hero. Therefore, I'm going to be a hero. So we are going to lay into... Oh, this might actually be not that good for us. We'll have to see. Because we're going to eat a missile here in a second. More than likely. And here comes this giant missile, unless... Oh, we disabled it just in time. What? Alright, accept the more generous bribe and leave with 4 fuel, 2 drone parts, and 15 scrap, or reject the offer and continue to pummel them into submission. And we all know that I'd much rather pummel them into submission, and we got 18 scrap. I probably should have accepted that bribe, but... Thanks. Hey... And look at that, we can actually buy some stuff here. Well, that seems pretty nice. In fact, we're going to buy up all the fuel, we're going to buy the drone parts, and we're going to fix all the little bit of damage that was actually done. The bomb... I'm going to keep it for now. I don't necessarily need to buy anything else or upgrade anything right this minute, so I'm going to keep the bomb for now. Maybe eventually I'll utilize it, because having a little bit extra here and there is not that bad of a thing. We're going to check out the distress, and then we're going to call a close to this episode. It's probably been a little bit over the 30-minute mark, but that's not too bad. The distress signal originates at a small Engi ship. Alright. So, we get to do battle with this guy. And I am quite alright with that. We are going to make him suffer. Now, he should not be able to get through our shields very easily, we'll say. Good. Very, very nice. And we are going to do some work on him, though. Yeah, see, he's not in a very good position anymore. Our hull laser thing is just amazing. It is one of my favorite things. These hull lasers are just fantastic. If you can get through the shields, you can just tear people to shreds with it. 2 missiles, 1 drone part, and 15 scrap. The Engi vessel turns out to be very poorly equipped. Fortunately, we can't give them the most. We can give them 25 scrap, and I'll do it. They'll give me an anti-ship drone Mark 1. What? Now I can do double drone action. Yeah, I just need to get a little bit more scrap. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, we're going to jump here. And we're going to call a close to the episode right here before we actually do battle. Since this is a weekly run, I can actually do that. I can end it and then start up right here, not have to worry about it, because guess what? I tried to do all the weekly runs in one consecutive playthrough. So, this ends episode 1 of week 9 of the weekly runs. This is FTL, Faster Than Light, Subset Games, great little roguelike, random, space commander, captain. It's just a fun game. If you guys haven't seen it before, definitely check out the rest of this weekly run, and check out the game. It's really fun. It's one of my favorite games that I've played over the last, I don't know, 5-6 months. So definitely check it out, and I will see you guys in the very next episode. I'm Bumpy McSquigums.